Hey guys, how are you doing? This is TFLS Gaming, and welcome to another episode 4, I think, of Story Time. So today I'm bringing you a really cool couple stories. It's like a couple montage of a couple stories. So if you guys ever went paintballing or airsofting, then you will understand my stories. I personally am an airsoft fan. Um, some people go paintballing. I'm cool with both of them. I mean, paintball is probably hurt a little bit more, but and you have to deal with the paint. But airsofting's a little bit more realistic, like real war. But they're both really fun. I've tried both of them. So basically, in this gameplay, it's just some domination. It's a pretty hardcore game. It's action packed and it's on Nuketown 2025. So, but here, let me talk to you guys about the story. So you're here to listen to about the story. So basically, here's one of the stories. So basically, we would go out there. I had my M4 and my dad had his AK-70 or AK-74U. Yeah, I didn't see that little sniper back there, but my dad had this AK-74U, and we would go to this airsofting field like every Sunday, every week, and it was like I think it was like 15 to get in every week, and then yeah, so 15 to get in, and then it was like 25 for ammo, which comes with like 25,000 or something. And if you want to rent a gun there, which we already bought ours, but if you want to rent it, it's like 20 bucks. Anyways, so we go there mostly every Sunday, and it was like a really cool hobby of ours, me and my dad. And it was just like quality time. So we'd hang out there, and so one time they had this all these different kinds of gameplays. Like they had team deathmatch basically, but you couldn't respawn. It was just like team deathmatch. Once you're dead, then you walk out to the side with the ref. That's the main one that they usually played. And whoever gets the most, whoever's the last man standing, I'm pretty sure, wins. It just like with airsoft I was playing, you just get hit and you have to, it's the honesty rule, so you get hit and you have to raise your hand and say, okay, I got hit, it's honest. So then they had free for all. If you play with not that much people, they had like the huge field for free for all. Then they had attack and defend, and they had some really cool game modes. Okay, so here's one game mode. They had zombies. So there's two people and there were zombies, and they chose me and my dad for this one. So they had this little woods part, and then they had the main field, and they actually put those two fields together for zombies. So me and my dad were the two zombies, which means we had to hide out in the no, is me no everyone else was zombies, and we were the two humans. So basically, I hid out. I could have got a triple collat right there if I had a bigger mag. I'm putting extended mag on this. Anyways, so I had in the what you do is two people, the two survivors, the humans, they hide in the back of the field, and then at one time, all the zombies bombard them and just like run at you. So so I hid in the forest, and the two survivors have to be way apart of each other, or else it's way too hard. So I hid in the forest, and then my dad would hide like out in the back of the field. And this was like we only got this one time because there's a lot of people there, and they just chose us for one time because these zombies maps, these zombies episodes would go for like 2 hours long. It was hardcore. Anyways, we were in the back. Me and my dad had these walkie-talkies that we tried out for one day, and then I'll tell you the story about that later, how we lost those. But so I was in the back. I would talk to my dad over the walkie-talkie, and then I just basically it's kind of scary because there's like 10 guys running at you one time, and you're by yourself. So, but what the thing is the only way you can get out is if you get hit in the head, which is your mask, because they make you wear a mask there, so you don't like get your teeth broken out or like your eye popped out or something. So yeah, I wasn't very good at that because it's a little scary because you have to like deal with all those guys coming at you at one time. But so yeah, that's my dad survived for a pretty long time, but I had to run over back in to the middle of the field to my dad, and then we survived. We got like 5 guys down, but then we got killed. It's really hard to survive zombies. Anyway, so here's a different story. So this was the first game that we got the walkie-talkie. I got one and my dad got one. Just that's it. So this game mode was really cool. It was called Capture the Flag. It's like a mix between on here domination and Capture the Flag, because it wasn't necessarily you have to go get the enemy's flag and bring it back to your flag. What you have to do is there's like you play on the biggest map. So basically in the middle there's a flag post, and then right like there's like 2 barriers outside of it, just like on Nuketown, how there would be the car on one side and the barrier on the other side. In the middle there would be a flag post, and on the outside it would be your flag. So let's say we're on the south side and the other team is on the north side. We're the red team and we're on the south side, and the blue team's on the north side. if we're on the south side, then our flag will be on the north side. So we have to run to the enemy's team, which is basically, it's not all the way over. It's just like 5 or 6 feet away from it's just 5 or 6 feet north of the middle flag post. So we have to go on the outside of the flag post, get our flag, and stick it in the flag post. So basically what I decided to do this round is I stayed back, and I was like, I used my M4 with, I was like going kind of sniper on this one. So my dad, we got the walkie-talkies to talk to each other. So basically, my dad, he got his walkie-talkie, and he went out. He was going out to get the flag because most of the other people on our team, we got a really bad team that day. We were like a bunch of little kids, and they were just decided to stay back and be little pussies. But anyways, so my dad was the only one that was out there, and it was like a whole bunch of adults on the other team. So yeah, it was really, really not very good. My dad, he's a pretty good airsofter. Like, you know, when he goes on there, he's a really good team player. So he stuck to his duty. So he went out there. He basically rushed the middle of the field, just sprinted out there, and I gave him some cover fire. So then he was hiding on our side of the flag, so taking cover right on the barrier. And there was a whole bunch of people from the other team, like surrounded all over the map, even on our side of the map, aiming at him, trying to shoot him. And he was just overwhelmed. I was back there trying to look to see. I didn't know at the time. So he got his walkie-talkie, and he basically tuned me in. He's like, "Hey, Jacob, I'm getting bombarded from all of my sides. They're all on other sides of me." So I'm like, "Oh, really?" So I look out, like in the back, there's like a huge house that you get to have cover in. I look out the door, and sure enough, there's guys all over on all sides of him, but he did not get hit yet. So what happens is, basically, he's out there. He's freaking out. He's trying to shoot as many people as he can. I think he gets like 2 people. So then I tell all the little kids on my team, "Oh, my dad's out there. He's the only one out there, and we need to help him, give him some cover so we can get the flag in there." So he's taking cover there, and we just start shooting, spamming bullets all over the place, like legit. Bullets are flying, little BBs are flying all over the place. Automatics, full auto. Metal Gearbox is about 350 FPS, I would say. So it's pretty hardcore. Bullets are flying everywhere, and then eventually we start to take out the guys one by one. They just put their hands up and they walk across the field, and then we're taking them out. It's really cool. I start to rush up there, and then I'm tuning into my dad. I'm like, "We're getting them one by one, and you'll be safe soon." So he's still just freaking out there. He's trying to shoot, but he can't really see anybody. All they can see him, but he can't see them. So he knows that they're there though. So what happens is we take out most of the guys. He runs over there, picks up the flag, puts it in the flag post in the middle, and then he gets shot right after he gets it in there. So, you know, the flag post is in the middle, so we're all good for the day, for the game, and the flag post is in there. So basically, we had our flag post in there. All the guys started rushing, that because you can't respawn in this game mode. All the guys started rushing us. We got them. They tried to get the flag back in there, but they couldn't get it in there. So we ended up winning that match. So we did really. That was like one of the funnest days we had there. So here's one more story that I'm gonna wrap up this story time with. So it was the second, like it was the end of the day, probably the last match that we had. The walkie-talkie day was the. We've been going there for a couple months, so we already had our guns and stuff, but we just got the walkie-talkie. So what happened was my dad. We were playing the match like zombies, but it wasn't zombies. Where my dad went into the woods, and I was still in the field. So my dad had the walkie-talkie, and I had the other walkie-talkie as usual. Take out the golden stakeout right here, but I should have got him. I shouldn't. I should have got a collateral right there. Anyways, so he goes out there. We're talking to each other, and then I'm just like, "Dad, hello, Dad, you there? Dad, do you come in? Roger, Roger that." I'm like trying to act cool and like, you know, war stuff. I'm like, "Dad, do you come in?" And then I couldn't listen to him, so you know, I was up in the front. I was rushing that time. I'm pretty sure it was attack and defend, which is like there's one team at one side, and then all of the barriers are facing the defending place, and there's more defenders than there are there's more attackers than there are defenders, and they always have the snipers on the defending side. Sorry. So basically, he's in the forest, the woods part, and then he bends over and drops the walkie-talkie. I was saying, "Dad, Dad, do you come in? Do you come in?" It was on the back of his pants. It clipped him. So basically, you know, it's down there. and we lose the walkie-talkie. So that's basically it. We lost the walkie-talkie and everything, but no, we had a fun day at the end. It was a really fun day. It was probably the funnest day we had there with the day with the walkie-talkies. We only got one day there, so yeah, that's basically it. You guys should really, if you haven't gone paintballing or airsofting yet in your life, it's something you should really try. It's a little bit expensive, but you should try it. It's really cool. You won't regret it if you go one or two times. You know, you might end up spending, if you're renting a gun, you might end up spending like $100 on a person, but you know it's worth it. So I hope you guys liked this episode. Subscribe for more story time if you're new to the channel. Like the video to show me some support if you like story time, and I will see you guys sooner than later. Goodbye.